Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Vande Guru Paramparam. We are in Katha Upanishad, verse number 10. Did we do the... Here we completed verse 9, isn't it? Yeah. So here he says in the ninth verse we saw Yataschodeti suryo astam yatra cha gacchati tam deva sarve arpitaha tadunatyeti kaschana etad vaitata. That from which the sun rises and into which it merges, on that all the devatas depend. Tam deva sarve arpitaha. They offer themselves to that, as given in the Katha Upanishad. They offer themselves and one goes beyond it. Etad tadu natyeti kaschana. There is nothing else other than it. So, atyeti means goes beyond, and that is that. Etad vaitata. So this whole series of this is that, the entire spectrum of the creation from the highest to the imminent, everything was taken, and from that, from every aspect of this creation, our attention was brought to that, look, everything is nothing but that reality. And in this way, now the verses, these verses 6 to 9, they have shown, what did they show? That that the identity, the unity between the universal self and the individual self, how they are one. We consider the universal, if there is a cause behind the creation, he is separate to me. Nothing like that. The consciousness behind the individual and the consciousness behind the total is one and the same. And this is the art. One who has come to enter into the heart, then alone heart. Now you work it out, so many times this word has come. The one who is able to enter into this heart, to him alone this union is revealed. Thereafter one doesn't live like a normal person, like you and like a common Then how does he live if he doesn't live like a normal person? He behaves abnormally. Yes, he behaves abnormally. What is that abnormality? That abnormality is that now he sees without seeing, he hears without hearing, meaning he sees without becoming a seer, he hears without becoming a hearer, he thinks without becoming a thinker. Because he is everything. There is the universal and the individual are one. In the universal, the whole creation is included. And that includes, in the universe, includes this body, breath, mind, intellect. Now what do you do? That is the knack. We'll tell now in the next verse. The warning is coming. That if you don't do it, what will happen? And then we'll look into what we have already seen over the last few classes, but we'll again put it we'll see how he's putting it here. In the 10th verse now, what is this topic starting now? It is admonition of differences. Admonition of sense of otherness. What is that? Bheda drishti. That vision, that attitude which concretizes the differences. Me versus you, inside versus outside, back versus front, up versus down, long, short, fat, thin, spicy, sweet. This is going to be cut out, admonished. And how they will do it, we'll see now. It says, Yadeveha tadamutra, yadamutra tadanviha. Yadeveha tadamutra, yadamutra tadanviha. Mrityosa mrityumapnoti, mrityosa mrityumapnoti. Ya ihananeva pashyati, ya ihananeva pashyati. Together. Yadeveha tadamutra, yadamutra tadanviha. Mrityosa mrityumapnoti, ya ihananeva pashyati. Here it is told that that principle, that self, that Atman, that individual self, which is that is that tattva. We should use the word tattva. That tattva, that principle which is expressing through this individual assortment of intellect, mind, senses, breath, etc. The one who is expressing through this individual body, the same fellow, the same self, the same reality is also outside that body. So what is inside is also outside. What is inside the gold is also outside the gold. What is inside a wave is also outside the wave. What is inside the wave? Water. What is outside the wave? Water. In that example, only one thing is missing, and that is the conscious principle. It is an inert example. So what is, if we have followed the pattern of the Upanishad, what was the previous topic? The identity between the individual self and the total self. Now here he is saying that self which is expressing through the individual is the same self which is expressing outside. There. That which is here is alone that is there. And then he goes on to say, and what is there is the same thing is here also. Huh? Yadeveha tadamutra yadamutra tadanviha. And after that it says mrityo samrityum apnoti ya iha naneva pashyati. And mrityo samrityum apnoti, he continues, moves from death to death. Who moves from mrityum apnoti ya iha naneva pashyati, he who sees nana iva. Nana iva, nana apne nana ji nahi, grandfather, no. Nana means variety, nana means differences, nana means duality, nana means sense of otherness, nana means separateness. That this consciousness here is separate to the consciousness there. That this world is separate to me. This world is out to take the mickey out of me. I have to be a master of this world. I have to negotiate through this world in order to be at peace. Yes, you have to do that. Why you have to do that? So that you can come to recognize yourself. Unless and until your mind is not calm, you will not be able to see the union between this self and the total self. If the mind is agitated, mind is reacting, mind is desiring, mind is simple, all these we don't want to delve into. Simple word is used. If one is continuing to maintain a vision of differences, such a person, such a stupid fellow, even after studying the Upanishad, will continue to go from death to death, death to death. That is their lot. That is his destiny. The Bhashya says, Shankaracharya says, Yadeveha Yad eva iha karya karanopadhi samanvitam sansara dharma vadana vabhasa bhasamanam avivekinam tadeva swatma sthammutra nitya vijnana ghana swabhavam sarva sansara dharma varjitam brahma. If one, here very clearly, if one continues to live in this world, how he is living in this world? Karya karanopadhi samanvitam, with the fundamentals of cause and effect. The mother thinks I am the cause, the child is the effect. Father thinks I am the cause, or parents are the cause and the child is the effect. The cook thinks I am the cause of cooking, therefore others are filling their tummy. I feel the eyes are the vision, and therefore the effect is the forms. This is our general attitude. Eyes are the cause, forms are the effect. Ears are the cause, sound is the effect. If there are no ears, how will you hear? If there are no eyes, how will you see? How did Surdas write? He was born blind. How did he compose so many things? See? So here it is told that in this loka, in this world, one who is living with the fundamentals of cause and effect And that is because he has considered himself to be this body, Deha Bhiman. He is attached or identified with the body, and therefore uh, uh, is lacking in discrimination. Huh? Samanvitam samsara dharma vada bhasamana manam avivekinam. And so sansara dharma, so he is living according to the world. And what is the world? Full of differences. He is taking the world of the, that is the dharma of the world, samsara. And what is that? Because of avivekinam, because of non-discrimination. Or in other way, just as the aviveki, those who do not discriminate, and what is discrimination? Between the truth and the untruth, between the constant and the changing. So who is, that is a viveki, that is remember vivek, vairagya, shatka sampatti and mumukshutvam. So vivek is this. Avivek, the one who is not discriminating, then what is he doing? The one who is not discriminating, there are two types. One will be established in the truth, the other one is lost in the world. So here the one who is lost in the world, about him is being talked about. So just like a non-discriminatory person is lost in the world, same way this person who is thinking that the whole world is a result of cause and effect, because he is considering himself to be the body, then it says tadeva swatmasthamamutra nitya vijnana ghana swabhavam sarva samsara dharma varjitam brahma. And so the one who is within, this was talked about right now, the same person is the one who is what you call established in the self. The same way, the one who is established in the self and is other than the body, etc. So now where is our attention being brought to? To everything that is outside this body. First person who was caught up in cause and effect because of I am in this body, I am the body. Now the attention is being brought to everything outside the body. And who is this? Who is this? That this Brahma. This Brahma is outside the body. And what is it? How is it established? It is established in Vijnana Ghana, Nitya Vijnana Ghana Swarupa Sarva Sansara Dharma Varjitam Brahma. Sarva Sansara Varjitam. In that Brahman, there is no trace of samsara. What is samsara? Change is samsara. There is no trace of change. And as a result of that, what is happening? It is nitya. It is continuous. It is eternal. And also what? Vijnana Ghana. It is homogeneous consciousness, meaning homogeneous knowledge. It doesn't need. What are we doing? Are we studying homogeneous knowledge? No. We are reading one word after the other. It is broken knowledge. We are thinking one thought after the other. It is not continuous. Homogeneous knowledge is that which is here and which is everywhere. That which is everywhere is here also. The wave is saying that water which is here in me is everywhere, and that which is everywhere is in me also. Now you start thinking about yourself in that manner, that this consciousness which is of all pervasiveness which is everywhere, and self-knowing. Chit Ghana. Chit Ghana is self-knowing. And how is this self-knowing taking place? This self-knowledge is not taking place through words. This self-knowledge is not taking place through hearing. This self-knowledge is not taking place through some exercise or methodology or technique. This self-knowledge is not taking place through any sadhana. It is self-established. It is self-established. Om Sahasrashirasha Purushaha Sahasrakshas Sahasrapad Sabhumim Vishwato Vritva Atyatishthad Dashangulam Purusha Evedagam Sarvam Yad Bhutam Yaccha Bhavyam Utamritatvasya Shanaha. And it goes on. Who is this Virat Purush? What will be his experience like? Virat Purush, total person. What will be his experience like? Everything is included in him. He is the source. We sometimes say Vira Sahasrashirasha Purushaha Sahasrakshas Sahasrapad. He is the one with 1,000 eyes. He is the one with 1,000 legs. Pad. Sahasrashirasha, 1,000 heads. Is he abnormal or what? He is a freak. What is being told there? Can you imagine a person with 1,000 infinite heads, infinite eyes, infinite ears, infinite noses, infinite hands, infinite legs? It's almost unimaginable. Then what is being communicated there? That it is that one who's expressing behind all the eyes. That one is expressing through behind all the heads. That one is Sahasraksha. He is the one who's expressing behind all the zillions of eyes. Sahasrapad. He is the one who is expressing behind all the legs, hands, minds, intellects, thoughts, breaths. Oh, really? It is that one. How can one express through all these? How can one alone appear behind everything? That's the conclusion, no? The student can ask, how can that one express behind everything, through everything, as everything? How is that possible? Don't you express? I'll bring your attention. Don't you express behind the husband, behind the father, or through the father, as the father, as the son, as the employee, as the worker, as the driver? Are you not the same one who's functioning behind, expressing through, in and through, as? Here only through bolenge. Through the intellect, through the mind, through the senses. Is that same life? Is that one life? You are situated in this body, so you are not able to see the total. If you have studied the last 3 verses and been attentive, there will be no doubt left as to the sameness of the individual self and the total self. And the total self is the inclusive, is the principle of inclusivity. Hiranyagarbha, inclusivity. Everything is in it. It is the material out of which everything is created, and it is the creator. So the entire creation of all the names and forms has come from that one. Remember, one example was taken that from the seed the tree was created. So when the tree comes out of the seed is destroyed. And in its place there is only a tree and a shoot and a root. And the variety of the tree, as branches, as flowers, as fruits, as young leaves and old leaves. Old leaves are dying, young leaves are coming, new branches are coming. Samsara is going on. But in that example, the seed died in order for the tree along the shoot along with the root to survive. But there is another seed. That another seed is the golden egg, the Hiranyagarbha, the total person, in which all possibilities exist. And when that out of that seed, the whole urdhva moolam adha shakham ashwatham prahuravyayam chandasi yasya parnani yastam veda sa vedavita adhaschordhvam prasutastasya shakha guna pravruddha vishaya pravala adhascha moolanusantataani karmanu bandhini manushya loke न रूपमस्य ततोपलभ्यते नान्तो न चादिर्न च सम्प्रतिष्ठा अश्वत्थमेवं सुविरूढमूलम् असङ्गशस्त्रेण दृढेन चित्वा तत्पदं तत्परिमार्गितव्यं यस्मिन् गता न नियन्ति भूयः. The first three verses talked about the Urdhva Mula, the upside down tree. So this whole samsara has come out of that Hiranyagarbha. But because this whole variety has come out of, all the names and forms have come out of it, doesn't mean that the Hiranyagarbha has lost anything. It has become less. It has vanished. Like a normal seed in the physical world, when it germinates, the seed is destroyed. But here, when out of Hiranyagarbha the variety comes, the Hiranyagarbha remains complete. Purnamada Purnamidam. Nothing is lost. And when the samsara is gone, it doesn't increase, it continues to be the same. For the vision will be like the oceans. Sahasra Shirasha Purusha Sahasraksha Sahasrapad. The water is saying, I am expressing behind all the waves. I am there before the wave is created. I am there while the wave is created. I am there after the wave dies. If wave had to have a head and a tail and a body, the water will say, Om Sahasra Shirsha Purusha Sahasraksha Sahasrapad. That I alone am behind all the heads of the wave. I alone am behind the body of the wave. I alone am behind the feet of the wave. That means wave does not have an independent existence apart from me. Who? The water. So when here it is being told that what is there is here, what is here is alone there. And what is there alone is same thing is here. That means you are that. And if you continue to maintain the distance between you and the reality, you and the Hiranyagarbha, you and the God principle, and fail to see or experience or abide in the union of the truth, then anyway, the consequence is told. I'm going ahead. So he says, yaccha amutra amushmin na atmani sthitam tad iva iha nama rupa karya karanopadhim vibhavyamanam na anyata. It says, and those amutra, those amutra means here those who are located, situated in that self, in that atma, atma which is equal to Paramatma or the total God principle, and yes, what do you call, those who are situated in the Atma or the Paramatma, only they can come to intuit that behind the name and form, that behind the cause and effect of the upadhis, the one who is inspiring everything, the one which is invigorating everything, the one who is behind everything, is that Atma Tattva, is that self, anuvibhavyamanam na anyat. Other than that Atmic self, other than that conscious principle, nothing else is. And we have seen in the Amrit Anubhav how that there is nothing called ignorance, there is only the truth, there is only the absolute consciousness, the absolute principle. In the truth, the possibility of ignorance is blasphemy. Then why are we told that avidya kama karma? This, we should take it in the right manner. What was avidya? Avidya was not ignorance according to Jnaneshwar Maharaj. What was avidya according to Jnaneshwar Maharaj? If you remember, incomplete knowledge. Right now, our knowledge is objective. We have to raise our vision. We have to refine our vision. We have to refine our mind. We can't refine this. I can only wear glasses to see. That is the refinement for the vision. But to refine the mind, can the mind be refined by being engaged in the samsara? Is it possible for the mind to be purified? For the in Katha Upanishad it comes. I can't remember the verse, but there it comes that the world is like the poison of a snake. In Ramayana it came, not Katha Upanishad, in Ramayana it came. The world, the samsara is sarpa vishaiva. Is like this poison of the snake. And the antidote for that snake is what? The antidote for it is the Nagamani. You know the Nagamani, which is, and what is that Nagamani? Ram Nam. Now we only use Ram Nam Satya Hai. Only that time we use Ram Nam with fervor. Why? We are taking one more to the cremation ground. Are bhaiya, burn yourself while living. Uska jo maja hai, the joy of that is untold. So for that to happen, take Ram Nam, take these contemplations. Na anyata. So first we saw the self, which is taking the karya karana, the cause and effect due to this upadhi. That self is also that reality, and the one which is independent, which has recognized that it is established, it sees that there is self everywhere. He is also alive, she is also alive, that is also alive. That means life must be one. And what is that principle? That is the Brahman. So that which is expressing through this equipment is called Atmic Self. That consciousness which is expressing through all the other bodies, not only humans, all bodies, from mosquito to earthworm to snake to animals to bee to cat, dog, birds, everything, gods. So what is that power which is expressing through all of them? If this body is functional, is the alive because of the self, I am that, then what is that life which is behind? That is Brahman. And that Brahman and this self are one and the same. Why? Because that, when you say that, in that world, this body, breath, mind also is included. And therefore, Sat, existence, is the basis, the foundation, the unshaken principle behind all the names and forms. Who knows? He knows. That is not Chit. I know that everything exists. This is subjective approach. I know immediately Sat Chit. And when existence and consciousness become one, there is no difference. Acha, me and that is this and that is one. What is here alone is there, and what is there alone, the same thing is here. Oh, wonderment. Words stop. Mouth remains open. Nothing can be spoken. Is the most mysterious experience which cannot be talked about, for which there are no words. Thereafter, such a person, he gets a knack of continuing to live in this world, but ever in tune with the self. Other people are seeing him living in this world, but this fellow is in tune with the self, inside and outside. Other people, normal person's attention is only on differences. They see the body. His attention is on something higher. his attention is tad amutra yad amutra. Continuing. This is 10. तत्र एवं सत्युपाधि स्वभाव भेद दृष्टि लक्षणया विद्यया मोहितः सन् य इह ब्रह्मण्य नाना भूते परस्माद् अन्योहं मत्तोऽन्यत्परं ब्रह्मेति नानेव भिन्नमिव पश्यत्युपलभते समृत्योर्मरणान् मरणं मृत्युः पुनः पुनः जन्म मरण भावमाप्नोति प्रतिपद्यते. Even after hearing this from the Upanishad, from the teacher, I am adding this is not in the Bhashya, but it is understood. Even after hearing this, heard this, what? That the self within the reality within is the reality without, and the reality without is the reality within. Even having gone through the understanding, logic, analysis, as we have gone through the previous verses, which we were all inspired to listen, talk, contemplate. But then when the lecture stops, because it's every week, immediately after the lecture, then that person, Satyupadhi Swabhava Bheda Drishti Lakshana Ya Vidyaya Mohitaha. He who is deluded, Mohitaha, deluded. Deluded by what? Because of the Swabhav of the body, Swabhav of the Upadhi. What is the Swabhav of the Upadhi? The Upadhi means conditioning. Upadhi means the limitation. What is the limitation? The Upadhi of I, the senses, Upadhi of karmendriyas, Upadhi of the mind, Upadhi of the intellect, Upadhi of the waker, dreamer, sleeper. These are various, because the body of the waking is not the body of the dream. In the deep sleep there is no body. So he who is deluded by the swabhav of the Upadhi. What is the swabhav of the senses? To function in their stimuli. Eyes can see, ears can hear, and so on. What is the swabhav of the mind? To think. What is the swabhav of the intellect? To contemplate, to meditate, to imagine. To conceptualize, to be convinced. This is the swabhav of the intellect. So, that person who is mohita, who is deluded due to ignorance, and what is that? Due to the swabhav of the upadhi, due to the nature of the conditionings. I don't like banana, it doesn't suit my body. This statement shows you consider yourself to be the body. But if it is prasad, you will take it. If it is prasad, you will take it. But if someone gives you otherwise, no, it does this, someone has told me that it will create this problem, it will create that problem. So what is happening now? Where is your attention going? Your attention is going to the body. I don't know why I don't like this. I don't know why I'm attracted to this. I don't know why I sleep till 12 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't know why every year I make a New Year resolution and I don't follow it up. I don't know why I have made so many times I made a resolution to change this or change that, and again I fall prey to that. Where is our attention? On the nature of the conditioning. Whenever we remember one thing, if there is a thought in your mind, it is necessarily thinking objectively. Thought is possible only in sansar. In God, how does God think about the whole world without thinking? Because He is everything. How can you say that? How many times do you think about your body? I'm the body, I'm the body, I'm the body, I'm the body. Because you are convinced. Your disposition is that I am pervading the whole body. So therefore, because every limb, every organ is included in the definition of the I, therefore you never have to repeat that I am the body. You only think of the body when something goes wrong with the body. When everything is fine, you don't think of the body. Some naive people do think. They sit in front of the mirror and keep looking at themselves. So here it is told that due to the avidyaya mohitaha, even after having seen the union between the individual and the total self, universal self, even then those people who due to ignorance become deluded by the bheda drishti, by the vision of differences, and by the swabhav of the conditionings, by the nature of the conditionings, even though they are undifferentiated from the Paramatma. Abhinna, here the word used is san ya iha brahmanya nana bhute parasmad anyoham mattonyat param brahmeti. Even though they are established in the Brahman as the Brahman, meaning established in the truth as the truth, nothing but the truth, yet they keep thinking, I am separate from Brahman. And after the lecture is over, Swamiji, what sadhana should I do to achieve this vision that is being told in the Upanishad? Where is the attention going? On doership. I have to do something in order to reach. Arey Baba, you are already that. Accept, be. That I am separate from the universal self and the universal self is separate from me, such a person, Brahmeti, nane eva bhinnamiva pashyati upalabhate samrityo maranam mrityum punah punarjanma marana bhavamapnoti pratipadyate. Such a person who sees the differences in spite of being the one, such a person goes from death to death, maranam mrityum punah janma maranam, janma marana bhavam apnoti pratipadyate, and again and again goes through the cycle of birth and death, birth and death, birth and death. So it is said. Tasmat tatha na pashyet. Therefore, a word of caution: do not cultivate this vision. Which vision? The vision of differences. Why is the vision of differences pursued? Go back to the previous line. Due to avidya, avidya expresses as delusion. Delusion is because of giving sanction to the differences, the sense of otherness, one, and two, to the nature of the conditionings, taking them to be real. Such people go from death to death. Such people go through the cycles of births and deaths. It is being told, do not fall a prey to that type of vision. Correct yourself. When now in Vedanta, when we come to the Upanishads, no sadhana is required, because it is a prerequisite that the student who has come to the Upanishads has already worked out in their life that this world is not worthy of pursuit. They already have. What are the four qualities of the seeker? Vivek, Vairagya, Shatka Sampatti, Mumukshutva. They are intensely desiring liberation. For that, they are practicing Vivek Vairagya. Vivek, discrimination between real and unreal, constant and changing, finite and infinite. Then what will happen? Whatever is infinite, whatever is changing, whatever is ephemeral, whatever is phenomenal, there will be Vairagya towards that. As Vairagya comes, then even more the discrimination becomes more acute. And even then, the world is you are reacting to the world. Then, oh, why? I understand everything, then why am I getting caught up in the world again and again? Because you don't have samadhan. So that person who understands everything but is at his wit's end, why I keep falling back into the trap of the samsara even after understanding the Upanishads, understanding Bhagavad Gita, etc. Because he has not practiced Shama, Dama, Uparama, Titiksha, Shraddha, Samadhan. He has not controlled his senses, he has not controlled his mind, he has not become udasin, he is not enduring the experiences of life without any reaction. And that is not by complaining what the world is throwing at him, but joyfully going through the experiences of life, good and bad experiences, without any reaction, without any desire that wish this was not there or that was there or that was not there, this was there. No, just samatvam yoga uchyate, equanimity, sukha dukkhe samay krutva labha labho jaya jayo tato yuddhaya yuddhyasva na shochati na kankshati. This has to be at your fingertips every moment. This is the prize. That is, if we are finding ourselves that we understand everything and still we are not established, it's because And all these above, Shama, Dhamma, Uparama, Titiksha, they have to be done with faith. Then comes Samadhan, contentment, wherever I am, whatever I am, as I am, in whatever condition, with whatever resources, with whatever type of body, healthy or unhealthy, disease or no disease, food or no food, drink or no drink, everything is fine. Samadhan, I am content. Only a content mind can do Vivek and take the Vivek to its climax, can take Vairagya to its climax. So we are contemplating. Contemplation is happening through thought. But at the same time, Vairagya is there, that these thoughts are also have to be given up. Aham Brahmasmi is a thought. Tattvamasi is a thought. Vairagya is, this thought also has to be given up. I am that which it is indicating. I am that in whose presence these thoughts are coming and going. In my mind, not in someone else's mind, in my mind. That alertness, that sharpness is the price that the seeker has to pay. Tasmat tatha na pashyeta. Therefore, we should not cultivate such a vision, the vision of differences, or be attached to the nature of the conditionings or to the differences that are prevalent in the world. Let them be prevalent. You don't take them to be real. If they don't take them to be real, then you will not react to them. What are the differences? Husband is different, children are different, wife is different, grandchildren are different. Don't get attached. Let them be there. Play, enjoy. But don't desire. Don't get attached. Don't define yourself with reference to that. Instead, see that same self that is within you is expressing through that child, through that grandchild, through that husband, through that mother, through that sister. Be available to that. How is it possible? It is possible. Where am I missing? Why it is not clicking? Come back to the Upanishad. विज्ञान एक रसम नैरंतर्येण आकाशवत् परिपूर्णं ब्रह्म इव अहस्मीति पश्येत इति वाक्यार्थः. Instead, how you should think, here the alternate is given. I told you think as I am the one with the universal, so here the opposite vision. The wrong vision was seeing differences and being deluded by the nature of the conditionings. What is the other flip side of it, the other side of the coin? How we should think, or how we should see? We should see just like the Akash, just like the space, that space is complete, there is nothing lacking in it. The space gives accommodation to the entire universe. What is the entire universe? Entire universe is not only teeny meeny your body. The entire universe is not only the earth, not only the solar system, not only this this solar system, not only all the galaxies, the infinite amount of bodies that are present in this entire space. You can't even see to the ends of to the horizon of the how far this space extends on all sides. We can't even imagine, envisage. All that is included in the space. And because all these are going round and round, somewhere they are dashing against, somewhere there are thousands of metric tons of nuclear blasts going on, galaxies merging into each other, new galaxies coming about. Space remains the same, unaffected, uninfluenced, non-reactionary, non-complaining. Be like that. And thus, and just like space is ever established in that itself, similarly, I am the conscious space. The gross space outside, its source is the mental space, Chittakash, and the source of the Chittakash is the Chidakash. I am the conscious space. And this conscious space is all that there is, in which the Chittakash, the mental space, the Bhutakash, the gross space, the universal space, everything is included in the Chidakash. Then what is here in Chidakash? That is there in Chittakash and Bhutakash. And what is there in Bhutakash and Chittakash is there in Chidakash. What space is inside this house is the space outside the house. What is the space outside the house? That space alone is in this house. What is so difficult to understand? Actually, there is nothing to understand. Understanding must lead to the annihilation of thinking. Then we are thinking in the correct manner. Then we are thinking in the correct manner. Vijnana ekarasa swarupa. Vijnana ekarasa, Vijnana self-knowledge, ekarasa continuous, non-stop. You are enjoying the abidance in the self as the self. The joy that comes from abidance in the self is inexplicable. You can put all the experiences, beautiful, ecstatic experiences of this world, the dream world and the waking world, and put together, still they are only minuscule compared to this ekarasa, the vijnana, the self-abidance, the joy, that one without a second principle that I am. Once we come to that, the bliss of it is inexplicable, and it is nairantaryena. It is continuous, like what? Akashavat, like the space. Paripurna, it is complete. There is nothing lacking in it. If the whole world, the whole gross universe which we see in this space vanishes, nothing happens to the space. Nothing happens to the space. How do you know, sir, nothing happens? We just said the Bhutakash is Chittakash. In Chittakash, that is in the mental space, the whole dream world is there. When the whole dream world vanishes and you go to sleep, what happens? Does anything happen to the space? Space continues. The mental space continues. Before it was having the variety of the world, now it is zero. Space continues. We have to go one step further. That space continues in my presence. Manifestation or unmanifestation, both are happening in my presence. Therefore, who am I? And here it is told that Brahmaiva aham asmi iti. Brahmaiva aham asmi iti. That Brahman I am. Which one? That which is continuous, that which is self-knowing, that which is ekarasa, that which is complete, paripurna. That Brahman, Brahmaiva aham asmiti, that Brahman I am. Meaning, aham brahmasmi. Pashyet iti vakyartah. In this manner, you look at the meaning of this verse. See how wonderful. Now you look at this verse by yourself without the bhashya. Can you come to this conclusion? Even if you have the bhashya, meaning the commentary of the, whether in English or in Hindi or in Sanskrit or in whatever language you speak, will you be able to decipher it in this manner that it becomes, it is that you come to abide, come to the correct understanding of the verse by your own reading? Not possible. Therefore, in Vedanta, we do not say Pathanam, Mananam, Nididhyasanam. We say Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasanam. We don't say read the scriptures. We don't say study the scriptures. We say listen to the scriptures. It's such a beautiful art that even while, provided you are coming with faith, coming with sincerity, coming with understanding that there is nothing left in this world for me to toil and pursue. When you come to the teacher, have complete faith in the teacher, and when you listen, if this prerequisite has been practiced, has been cultivated, that attitude is cultivated, then merely by listening, all doubts in the mind are annihilated. Understanding happens, mind by itself, while listening to these lofty ideas, to this higher thinking, in which the scripture or the teacher is not keeping anything himself for himself. There is no hook. Do the mala for 1 lakh times and then come to me. No. Like in Sanskrit, I say, do the lesson and then come next week, we'll check. Here there is nothing. With full abandonment, the teacher is teaching. The scripture is teaching through the mouth of the teacher, is coming out through the mouth of the teacher. And the teacher has studied. Again, there are different types. Some teachers are pandits who are very good with words but no experience. Acharyas, those who are practicing what they are teaching. And the best type of teacher is uh, is there. Those who are established in the truth and are able to communicate that truth also according to the scriptures. Brahmanisht, Brahmavarisht, something, it's not. So when we come across such teachers, how do we know? You cannot know. You can only be a student. With all that preparation, you come. While listening itself, transformation happens if we are clear. If we come with, okay, whatever has happened in the day, in my life, put it aside. I am available 100%. That mumukshutvam has to be there. Mumukshutvam, intense desire to liberate. Not tomorrow, not next life, not the life after, right here and now. As the words are falling, as the ideas are being communicated by the teacher, by the scripture, subjectively that is experienced. Subjectively that is accepted. You can't experience it. Subjectively it is accepted. Once the mind accepts, first it was accepting I am the body, I am a part of this world. Now it is accepting that I am the consciousness. From that consciousness, it is accepting I am the total consciousness, the infinite consciousness. I am Brahmasmiti, Asmiti. This is the technique by which the mind dies its own death. We don't want to annihilate the mind. The mind must commit suicide. It must die its own death. And in that death, and what is that death? That death is of objectivity. Now, after dying, the consciousness is still there. Then a new vision is created, and that is intuitive. Every moment you are aware of the conscious principle that you are. Every moment you are aware that this consciousness alone is pervading everywhere. How do you know it? Without the mind. How do you know it? Without a thought. And thus, such a master lives in bliss every moment, wherever he is, anywhere he is, any time, with anyone. है ना, एक एक वर्ष का मजा. प्राग एकत्व विज्ञानाद आचार्यागम संस्कृतेन. For the knowledge of unity, for the knowledge of oneness, before that oneness takes place within us as the self, the person, this knowledge of oneness, here it is told, prag ekatva, before ekatva, before the union. What is the union? The individual and the Atma and the Paramatma are one. Atma or Brahman is one. The individual self and the universal self is one. Ekatva Vijnanad, the knowledge of that oneness. Before that, prag, before, Acharya Gama Sanskritena. The person must be with the Acharya and the uh, sanskara. And what is the sanskar? The sanskaras of the mind. So I told you a little bit that we must prepare ourselves to be to be available to the teachings of the scriptures through the mouth of a teacher, not yourself, not through the eyes of yourself, through the mouth. Listen to the teacher, listen to the acharya, listen to realized masters. मनसैवेदमाप्तव्यं मनसैवेदमाप्तव्यं नेह नास्ति किंचन नेह नास्ति किंचन मृत्यो स मृत्युं गच्छति मृत्यो स मृत्युं गच्छति य इह नानेव पश्यति य इह नानेव पश्यति. Together. मनसैवेदमाप्तव्यं नेह नास्ति किंचन मृत्यो स मृत्युं गच्छति य इह नानेव पश्यति. Now one more point is being made, that this reality can be gained. I know it's a contradiction. I will not go into detail here. We'll just I'll overview of the verse and then we conclude. Manasa evedam manasaivedam aptavyam neha nasti kinchana. There is nothing in this creation that can help you achieve this realization other than your mind. But just now you said, yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasa saha. You said the words cannot reach the truth, the mind cannot comprehend the truth. Now you are saying only by the mind you can realize the truth. Are you taking us for a ride, sir? The truth is between the contradictions. In this nanasti kinchana, in this Brahman, in this Paramatma, there are no differences. And if anyone sees differences in this Brahman, in this Paramatma, in other words, if you see differences in the mind, such a person goes from death to death through the cycle of birth and death. We'll look into it more in our next class. Contemplate how you alone are. Brahma eka rasam. Paripurnam. What else was told? Paripurnam. Nairantaryena akashavat. Like the space which is continuous, undeterred, uninfluenced, unentangled in everything it supports. You are even subtler than the space. In your presence, the space is. So, but the quality, you can think how it is applied on yourself. We'll look more into it in our next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.